Hey folks, it's Keith Beardsley of the Beardsley Real Estate Team with Century 21. Here again with a follow-up blog or vlog, whatever you wish to call it, continuing our look at that southeast corner of the Ottawa real estate market. That section that I keep saying is probably Ottawa's best kept real estate secret. So what I want to look at today, because I always get asked this question by both buyers and sellers, what's the average price in those towns? And average price is interesting. It does give you a very rough guideline as to what value the houses are, and which gives you a bit of an idea as to what type of houses. But keep in mind, especially in these small towns, many of these towns are a mix of housing. There are some very old homes in some of these towns, over 100 years old. And then you have modern subdivisions, some of which are still being built. So the average price is pretty rough when you come to these towns, but it does give you a bit of an idea. And like I say, people always ask. And no, because the average price is the average, it doesn't mean your house is going to be the same as the average price. It could be higher, could be lower. Right? That's why you have an agent in to give you the value. So what we're going to look, well, again, we're looking at the towns starting Russell, Embrun, Osgoode, Greely, Metcalfe, Vernon, and Winchester, just because Winchester's on that commuting edge. So those are the towns we're going to look at, and we're going to see what the average price is, and I'll make a few comments every now and then as to why it is what it is. Now keep in mind, these numbers are from the end of 2024. The next set of numbers will be coming out probably the first week in February, somewhere around there. And we'll see if any of this has changed. But at the end of 2024, the average in Russell was about 667,000, which was up 3% from the year before. Embrun was 593, almost 594,000. That was up 4% from the year before. Now keep in mind, Embrun has quite a few more condos and townhomes than what Russell does, and that tends to pull that average price down a little bit because it's the average of every type of home that's sold. Osgoode, the average price is 655,000, up about 1.2%. Metcalfe is a good example of why you can't trust the average price too much. Metcalfe, the average price is 827,000. Normally it wouldn't be anywhere near that. There's a brand new subdivision going in where the average price in those homes is anywhere from 1.1 to about 1.4 million. So if a few of those sell, they're being built by a builder. So if a couple of those sell, then of course that distorts the average price quite a bit. And then if we look at Greely, Greely's another example of what can happen. Greely, the average price is just over the $1 million mark. And that actually, when you look at it, is down almost 7% from 2023. So the end of 2024, down almost 7%. Why? Well, in the last few months, there have been a lot of the modular homes sell. There's been a lot of the lower price ones sell, and that has pulled the average down. Usually Greely is about the let's say 1.1, 1.2 million mark. So that again, that's a distorted average price. Vernon is another good example of a distorted price. The average price there is 495,000. In other words, a lot of the older homes in Vernon is very much a mix of newer and older homes. So in the average price there, 495,000, which is down about 23% from the year before. So there's a really good example of a very small market. If it's smaller homes sell, it distorts the value quite a bit. You'd probably be, in most cases, looking up in the 500 somewhere in Vernon. We have the little village of Kenmore, which had 4 sales. So this is an extremely tiny market. 4 sales last year, and we're looking at an average price of about 580,000, just over the 580,000 mark. So again, not necessarily a realistic average price, as there are a lot of older homes in the village of Kenmore, but that few sales distorts the price. Winchester, the average price, 507,000. And again, Winchester's a town where there are very, very few townhomes. So that price, you can get a nice bungalow in Winchester for just over that 500,000 mark, maybe even a little bit below it. So there you go. That's a quick look at the average price, just to give people some inkling of an idea. Another day we'll get into other things like the style of the homes and show you some video of the homes, what the streets look like and so on. But for those who are just starting to think about selling, the average price is not a bad place to start, even if it is on occasion a little bit inaccurate. If you need a market evaluation, happy to do it for you. I do them for free. No phony baloney, absolutely no gimmicks, absolutely no pressure either. It's Keith Beardsley of the Beardsley Real Estate Team wishing you a great day.